This feels so weird.
So if I gotta choose someone, then it must be her. She been here since day one. I guess I'm gonna have to call her back.
I legit have not sat in front of a camera in so long. It feels so strange and I don't even know what I'm doing, but I'm so excited. Today I'm going to be reviewing the new Fenty, the powder, instant retouch setting powder, and I have this in the shade Coffee, the darkest shade in their collection, which is now $4.98. And I specifically got this shade for my sister Sunday, but then I also wanted to use it to darken up my $4.90 shade, just to kind of get rid of like the too much red in it. It's a good shade, but I want to make it an even more perfect shade for me. And then I went and got the concealers in $4.90 and also $4.80. So the concealers are not equivalent to the shade. So this is $4.90 the foundation and this is $4.90 the concealer. There's a huge difference, and I wanted to actually go ahead and use even the $4.98 as contour possibly. That's one of the main reasons I got it, but also I was thinking about my sister Sunday and I just wanted her to have something, and I might actually record her reaction once I apply it to her face just to see how good of a match. Nima Tang did a swatch and she mixed $4.90 and $4.98 to kind of get the perfect shade, and that's what I really wanted to do. Got the smaller version of the Pro Filter Instant Retouch Primer, Soft Matte Primer. So I'm going to go ahead and take a couple pumps of that and go ahead and prime my face. Okay. So now that that actually sits into the skin, I'm going to go ahead and take $4.90 concealer, and let me swatch $4.90 concealer and $4.80 concealer just so you guys can see the difference. This right here is $4.90 and this right here is $4.80. I'm sorry, my swatches are so bad. So I'm going to take $4.90 to go ahead and conceal my under eye and carve out my brows. So I'm going to put $4.90 foundation. I'm going to put like, ooh, I haven't used this in a while, but it's almost done. So I'm going to put in a pump of $4.98 on it, and I'm just going to mix these. I'm going to go in with a beauty blender and blend that out. Yes, I definitely like the mixture of them together. I feel like I'm not worrying about it being too red anymore. With the $4.90, I feel like it's good if you're not putting like concealer and all that on top of it, but once you do that, it just doesn't, it looks too light. I don't know if that makes sense. Like once I highlight and conceal and all that good stuff, it just tends to brighten up as a whole. So I feel like this being this nice and dark, when I conceal and all that other stuff, it's not gonna be like an extreme difference. And I almost just want to go in with $4.90 concealer, so I'm going to do that. Ooh, that's a bit red. On the Fenty brush, I'm going to put in a pump of $4.98 to put as my contour. Ooh, I'm going to use that as a contour. Look, if they would make like a foundation, a concealer shade this dark, like so that I can contour with it, it'd be amazeballs. I'm gonna go ahead and blend out my chin, forehead, but you guys can see like it spreads out very nicely. I like it more now that it's blended out, because I thought it was a bit red, but it's just because I'm probably like used to more like of a yellowy under eye. So I'm going to put like just a pinch of $4.80. Okay, So now this right here is the Instant Retouch Pro Filter Setting Powder. It comes with things, so you can go ahead and close that, which I kind of like the little details and everything. Look at that, you know? So I'm going to put a little bit of that coffee shade. This might be the darkest setting powder I have, because I have the Too Faced one. I also have the Laura Mercier one. Ooh. Instantly I can tell that it has like a blurring effect. Like it just made my under eye look really, really smooth. Okay, I was kind of iffy, because sometimes, even though like my Laura Mercier translucent powder in medium deep, like when I bake with it, it still gives me flashback. My favorite one so far is the Too Faced one. So this is a bit darker than Too Faced, so it might be replacing that. Here to reverse contour, just to see how that does. And then for all over my face, I'm just gonna brush everything off, and I'm gonna be using my powder from MAC, which is W58. I'm just gonna use that to brush everything off. I'm gonna put on some blush. I'm gonna take my MAC in Sketch to kind of bronze up and also as a blush, and also to kind of set my contour. I'm gonna take Fenty in Moon Meadow. What? Is that what I'm taking? Is that really what I'm taking? I guess that's what I'm taking. I'm gonna take my blush to go ahead and put all over my lid. I don't feel like committing to an eye look right now. Okay guys, I'm gonna put on some mascara and some gloss, and then I'll come show you guys my final thoughts. So let's talk final thoughts. The darkest shade, it is so nice and dark. Does not have like gray undertones or anything like that, which is kind of the worry, and that's what I really wanted to try it out for some of you guys that are darker than me. If it's just like going to give you like a gray or ashy finish, it really doesn't, and I think it looks really good as contour. It's not too harsh to contour with, which I really like, and I barely set the contour, so it kind of set down by itself. So for the foundation, I think this is so amazing that it goes this dark, and I'm so excited for my sister Sunday to really try this, and I'm so excited to show you guys what it looks like on her. I think the concealers are good, but I feel like the setting powder made them. So like I wasn't super wowed with the concealer. I do love that they do have all these amazing shades, and you can have multiple shades that you can highlight with. I think that's amazing. The formula is cool. Like it's nothing out of the ordinary that I've tried for concealer. So I think it's nice and creamy. It does take a while to really kind of set in. Like it doesn't dry down very fast, which that could be a pro or a con, like if you're on the go. So if you use a little too much, because it's so creamy, it's gonna be you have to spread it all over your face. So you kind of have to be a little, goes a long way, and I don't like that it takes a while to dry down. But the setting powder, I think I found my new setting powder. I love that it just blurred out my whole under eye. So I think my favorite product of all the Launch has to be the setting powder, because I think I have a very hard time finding setting powders. Even when they're dark and they're supposed to be translucent, they tend to give me a cast. Like you could tell that I set my under eye, which I like this because it almost can put like an all over face setting powder, and I feel like it wasn't too ashy, it's not too gray, and I just love the blurring effect that it gives my eye. Like my under eye feels really, really nice and smooth, and I think it literally made that concealer look like it's flawless. So my favorite product has to be their setting powder. I think they did an amazing job. So thank you, Rihanna, for always including us dark girls, and always like striving to putting the missing pieces so people can have something. And I know it's just makeup and it's not that serious, but to some people it's adding confidence because they have a shade and they can cover their English is not my first language. But I think it's amazing that people can cover blemishes if they feel like it and they have the option to. Before you know it, guys, Fenty is about to be a whole full face just using Fenty, and I think that's really amazing, and that pretty much almost everybody can find a shade for themselves. So yeah, these are my final thoughts. I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. You know, be sure to give me a thumbs up if you like these type of videos, and yeah, thank you. Be you, love you, always, always. Stay beautiful, dolls. Happy New Year's.